Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here. I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks, but I'm back home from the Race to World First. I arrived. Oh, my thing fell over. I arrived home. There we go. I arrived home like 6-7 hours ago, something like that. Okay, this is a terrible intro. But I want to talk today a bit about the state of Warlock, changes that it's gotten. It's gotten a million hot fixes, bug fixes, buffs, and nerfs the last few days, including one today. And talk about its place in M+ and rating. Also, I guess, yap a bit about the Race to World First, because honestly, this Race to World First was utterly insane. I'm going to be honest, like, dude, I got something cool to show you guys, by the way. I'm not selling this or anything, but look, I brought a playmat to the race. If you guys want to skip ahead, by the way, in this video, there's timestamps, but I got some cool stories in the race. I thought I'd make a cool yapper video. I got a cool playmat. I had everybody at the race sign it. Mr. Max was gone when I was signing it, though, but everybody else signed it. Very cool. There's Jack, there's Dash. Shaq and Hopeful signed the dog. Very cool. Everyone's on there. Very sick. Yeah, man, this Race to World First was utterly insane. It went from being like one of the, I think at least, like one of the most, one of the least exciting Race to World First to one of the most exciting Race to World First. I'm probably the most exciting Race to World First we've ever seen. The fact that like Blura Midnight Falls was tuned so incredibly tight, and I mean tuned tightly. It was the hardest fight Blizzard's ever made. I think the fights it didn't surpass in raw pull count were like Unat, Kill Jaden. I think it was third highest pull count ever. Unat and Kill Jaden were unkillable when they first came out, and honestly, if they were in their killable form when they had come out in modern day WoW, they'd die in less than 200 pulls. Midnight Falls is the hardest fight Blizzard's ever made. A lot of RNG in it, but honestly, the fight's super sick. Race was fun, had a good time. I didn't stream from the race a whole lot or make any videos. I was losing my voice a good bit. I didn't really want to like have my voice totally gone when it came to everything else, and lose it on the broadcast. But I was casting with Tettles and Zyronic myself, for the actual kill. It was super sick. So yeah, bit of a brief explanation there. But honestly, it was a great time. But over the course of the I guess, last couple weeks and a half, 2 weeks, Warlock got a lot of changes. So I want to talk about those today, the hot fixes. They also got one today, which nerfed us again. But before we do that, I want to briefly talk to you all today about this video's sponsor, which is Archon, and the new Archon app from the team behind Warcraft Logs. The new Archon app brings you the ability to prepare, log, record, and then analyze you and your party or raid's gameplay all in one place. The Archon app has the ability to record each boss pull or dungeon directly through the app, and then pair it with the timeline within the logs itself, syncing cast and abilities to the live video recording, which is so incredibly powerful for logs and play analysis. You also have the ability to view logs on the fly, which makes log analysis between pulls even faster and more efficient. In addition to all that, the Archon app can be used to search for players and view their progress, gearing, and more with the newly designed character pages. Best of all, the app is completely free to download, so be sure to check out the link in the video description and get the Archon app today. Okay, so jumping into the hot fixes, buffs, and nerfs part of this video, we've gotten a lot over the past 2 weeks. We've seen Demonology jump from being like one of the best specs in the raid to being not good, to being good again, to being not that great, good again, and it got nerfed again tonight through more hot fixes, which made it pretty mediocre. Maybe mediocre isn't the word I should use, but not as good as it was yesterday. It has been a roller coaster of playing Warlock, but that's when you have a million bugs that don't get fixed until after beta. I mean, it's bound to happen, but glass half full. Hopefully they're mostly all fixed now, and we can get an actual functioning version of the class tuned properly in 12.1. So I want to go over the hotfixes that came in briefly. Some of these are sort of old. I think it's from like March 28th, roughly. But this is like when they pushed the 4% Demonology Aura nerf. A lot of these were like things not resetting on combat, whatever. This is a good fix here. Fixed an issue where CDF would fail to cast if it was queued after Cataclysm. The Dominion of Argus stuff was the LOS thing was fixed. This is a problem on Voracious. If you hear some banging, my washing machine's going crazy. It's 2 in the morning. I just got home. Sorry. And this is also fixing an issue where Doomguard, Grimoire, Implord, and things wouldn't reset after combat ended. So good fixes here. The bigger ones though. So this is where it sort of started to become like. It was good, and this is like the first nerf that hit. The 4% damage nerf to Demonology. Now, when this nerf hit, unfortunately, Wicked Reaping was bugged. Still, after this nerf came in. The Wicked Reaping bug was pushing Warlock, pushing Demonology higher than it should have been by a decent amount. I forgot the exact raw number. This is irrelevant. But after the Aura nerf came in, this Aura nerf was on, I think, the end of March, roughly March 24th. March 26th, Blizzard came in and fixed Wicked Reaping, fixed an issue causing Wicked Reaping to deal higher damage than intended. This was another nerf to Demonology by a substantial margin to Soul Harvester Demonology. This knocked Soul Harvester below Diabolus a decent bit. I mean, well, when it came to like AoE scenarios and things, I believe they were like sort of neck and neck when it came to single target. Previously, Soul Harvester was a good bit higher. There was no compensation buff for the large bug fix here. So we got this fix, which nerfed like Soul Harvester a good bit, in conjunction with the Aura nerf that knocks down even more. Also an issue with Tauren Inquisitor not targeting enemies during combat. That's nice. It was pulling things on the side randomly in M+. This has been an issue for a long time with like Dark Lair and things too. It's fixed now, which is cool. So Demonology was knocked down and then down again with the bug fix with no compensation buff. Moving ahead, next fix we had, which was March 31st, so 3 days later, a handful of fixes came in, and these were big. Fixed an issue where the chance to generate a demonic core from a wild imp fading was lower than the intended amount. So, I don't have WoW open right now. I should have it open for this video. But basically, demonic knowledge, not demonic knowledge, imps, when they like fade passively, right? They have a 10% chance to generate a demonic core when they fade passively. It's like a passive talent in your spellbook. That was actually 2% in actual gameplay. So this buff, I think, ended up being like an 8% buff in single target, roughly. Really rough number. Might be wrong. I just saw it floating around. It was a pretty substantial buff. Because not only are you getting more cores, so more hands being cast, more imps being summoned, it also made your Apex talent flow feel better because you had more demonic cores, more instant cast bolts during your Apex talent function, which you can just cycle more hands and more pets. Big plus, both for Diabolist and Soul Harvester. Demonology went from being, was here, nerf, bug fix, jumped again, back to being pretty good. Jailer, stop attacking, fix here, cool. That's nice. And then, so this is on the 31st. Then we had more fixes coming in, let me see, up. On April 3rd, fixed an issue where Eye Explosion would not activate from Chaos Bolt. This is a Diabolus Destro fix. You couldn't really play Diabolus Destro for 2 weeks when the patch came out because the hero talents were working. I think it was fixed a few days before this, to be fair, but April 3rd, 5 days ago, you can now play Diabolus Destro in single target if you want. Whenever you're casting bolts, your hero talent will now work. Pretty cool. That's a good fix there. I believe this was fixed around like April 1st. I could be April 1st, I think. Could be wrong. They also fixed the issue with, find my talents here, the issue with Mayhem and Improved Havoc. Improved Havoc now does function fully with Mayhem. If it procs, it gives you a full 10-second duration on Mayhem, and it copies spells. That duration. There's no weird like, oh, it's active but not copying spells. However, Mayhem does hop a lot from one target to the other. It's sort of annoying, but I mean, still I don't tell you it's how Mayhem functions, but it is working now. That's also a good fix. I don't believe it was documented, but that is that. So that was on April 3rd. And then we have another fix here coming in. This is PvP stuff. On PvP, if you go, there you go. So this fix coming in as well. This is tonight. I haven't seen the numbers in this yet. I heard it was like roughly 4%. Could be totally wrong. Didn't really see it. But unfortunately, Demo went from being good to nerfed to bug fixed to being good to getting nerfed again. Fixed an issue where demonic knowledge could activate more than intended. Hadn't really heard about this either way. Bit unfortunate. I'm not sure what it translates to, like raw core economy wise. But the larger thing here is fixed an issue where demonic brutality increased crit strike damage dealt by pets by 260 rather than 230. So I haven't seen the raw numbers here. Like I said, I heard like 3.5. Could totally be wrong. I don't know. I was talking to Metro about it briefly when I got home today from the race from the airport. He said he feels like he got more gear this week. He's doing the same damage as last week. This has been a known bug for a very, very long time. It's finally been fixed. Demonology has been knocked down again. I don't know where Sims are at on it. I just got home a few hours ago, but the roller coaster of Warlock, more so Demonology, it rolls on again. So these fixes are here. I think this went in on reset for US. I don't think it's in for EU yet, but if it's reset time and you're watching this, it's probably in Don't know, but there you go. So that's that. Briefly, when it comes to looking at Warcraft logs and Raid RWF for like overall rankings of lock stuff, I'll skim the Raid and M+. So Demonology, if it works, Demonology has like jumped considerably when it comes to M+, like relevancy. I mean, if you look at like dungeon rankings for S1, I mean, all classes, here, wrong button, here we go. Statistics for M+. We'll get there eventually. So let's go like over a range of 1 week or whatever. Demonology has jumped a good bit. So over 2 weeks, it's looking to be like, it was upper middle of the pack, give or take. Jarvis enhanced that. Okay, Jarvis won't enhance anymore. Sorry, I tried, chat. But with the bug fix coming into imps and demonic cores and getting more cores passively, Demonology jumped a good bit. Right here, so like 2 weeks ago, over a range of 2 weeks, 1 week, jumps from being like 5th, or I guess like 7th or 8th, wherever it was, to like 4th overall, basically. Augmentation, Brewmaster, Unholy DK, Rested Druid, Demo Warlock, Devourer, Demo Hunter, Super Monk. Now, when it comes to like, looking at comps that are like timing keys and stuff right now, I was looking through this earlier, all runs leaderboard. There is like more or less a mix of like Brewmaster, R-Druid, obviously Aug, DK, and like the third spec is sort of floater. I mean, I guess like it sort of depends. I mean, there's like a Demo lock over a DK here. So Hunter's mixed in here. Demo with Aug and DK, no Demon Hunter. So it's like that second, if you're playing an Aug, or if you're considering Aug DPS, which it is, right, you know, I guess, it's like that third fringe kind of DPS spec. It's pretty good. But with the changes coming into Demonic Brutality, probably going to drop off a little bit. The meta is shaping up currently look like Brewmaster, R-Druid, like Aug, DH, and a bit of Unholy DK. Seeing Hunter in here is interesting. I haven't dug super in depth into like the M+, I guess, meta last 2 weeks, whatever, but something I do want to jump into a bit more, and there's obviously a decent bit of Demo Lock sprinkled in here as well. So there's that, but I mean, over the course of like 1 day, looking a bit low, it's about the same, but I would assume with these fixes coming in, Demo like it drops off a bit more overall. But regardless, looking at raid rankings and things of the sort too, right? So it's gone up and down so much in the raid, and we've seen Demonology rise and fall on a handful of fights. Obviously, 2 demos were played on Midnight Falls, Mythic Lura, Echo and Liquid both playing 2 Demonology builds. And when it comes to like all classes, sorting Mythic raid stuff here, Demo's still doing pretty well on Imperator version. A lot of shifts have been towards the Diabolist build. This build looks more like this. You're playing a larger cleave build with like Stabilized Portals, Reign of Tyranny, Fire Dog. Some play purple depending where you're at. I think it's more of a purple fight unless you're max padding, but regardless, there is that. Keep in mind here playing Diabolist, Abyssal Dominion does indeed cause your Tyrant to buff active demons. When I mean active demons, it does indeed buff your Doomguard if you're playing it. Some builds are, some aren't. And it buffs your Imp Lord or your dog only via Abyssal Dominion. Like Tyrant is not buffing it, obviously, in general anymore. All that. Soul Harvester does not have Abyssal Dominion. Diabolist does. So if you're looking to sync up like Tyrant or whatever, these are coming off CD at a pretty similar time point, it's worth trying to sync these for max value. They don't extend anymore. Right? It doesn't extend like your Grimoire or your Doomguard or anything, but it does increase their damage when he's active through Abyssal Dominion. Keep in mind you're playing this build as well. You also have Reign of Tyranny, which extends your Dreadstalkers by a very long time, 15 seconds. So if you're playing this build, make sure you're casting dogs in your initial Tyrant before they expire. Otherwise, you're losing a lot of value, but not getting max Reign value through your dogs. Moving on from there, though, like looking at overall ranks, a bit of demo on Salhadar, which is interesting. Boss is just sort of falling over this week. Orbs don't need as much sleeves as we thought during like early testing and stuff. When it comes to Vanguard, a lot of hunters and things too, obviously. Top parts here, Demo and Chimera is looking pretty good. If you filter by Warlock, though, this is where it gets interesting. So, Warlock, bang. So we see a lot of Demonology on Aversion. Right, all being Diabolist builds here. There's a bit of variance. Some builds weren't playing Stabilized Portals. They were just playing like the normal single target cleave build with Implosion and Inner Demons and not playing this, playing points in other places. I do think this build is pretty solid as well when it comes to like universal applicability. There's a lot of AoE, how do I phrase this? There's hectic AoE cleave at specific time points in this fight, you can get a lot of value out of like Dog, Extension of Ring of Tyranny, Tyrant cleaving within Torn Armaments. I mean, just in general, Abyssal Dominion buffs to Tyrant, cleave build, so on and so forth, right? This build's been pretty good. It's seeing play on a lot of fights when it comes to like having that bit of a cleave profile. There's a purple dog in here as well. A bit more single target versus AoE relevancy, but depends what you want damage profile wise. We're seeing a lot of Destro and Demo on Voracious. Now, when it comes to single target, Soul Harvester is a bit ahead of Diabolist. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. So you're seeing Soul Harvester play here. The build looks like it has for a long time. Just the normal like cleave build with Implosion. Hell and Back you're not playing, like Stabilized Portals or Tyranny or Entorin. Soul Harvester obviously, you know, more single target cleave build with a little bit of like add relevancy. If you're looking to play Destro in this fight, I think it's more than fine. I think it depends a lot on like, from what I've seen, it depends a lot on how disciplined your guild is and to listen to people saying stop DPS on ads and hit the wall. If you're playing Havoc Destro in this fight and your guild doesn't listen and just wants to pad, the bugs are going to die and you're going to get very little Havoc cleave. Just being real. They do die pretty quickly either way. I probably opt to play Demo in this fight at this point, but Destro and Demo seem good to play on Voracious. I did notice some pets were AFK on this fight as well, still standing like at a mid, like 20 yards away from the boss. You're typically in melee on Voracious. Just stay as close as you can for the most part. They might have fixed the bugs over the last few days as well, but when I was there a few days ago, it did look a little buggy still. So there's that. Fallen King Salvador is mostly Demonology at this point. Diabolist build, playing Stabilized Portals, some playing Fire Dog, some Purple. I think Purple's better here personally. It's like, I guess it depends if you get like big AoE like Orb Cleave, the smaller sets, but we expected more Destro in this fight. But the issue is like, I mean, I don't know if it's issue, just like Demo's a very strong single target based spec. Obviously, Demonic Brutality nerfs coming in today, so that's a bit different. But still, hey, rank 1 with a, you know, nerf coming in. But the Orb Cleave, they just sort of die. Depending on your guild, they just sort of die. If you need relevant Orb Cleave, Destro's more than fine. Demonology's minute profile is nice. It doesn't really get you like great Tyrant ramp around the minute 30-ish spin he does damage amp wise, but around the 310 one, it's pretty solid. It just feels good in general. And like for that more prio single target damage, Demo's definitely like where you want to be. Velgorn Ezerok, so this is actually crazy. Initially, a lot of Affliction. Seed build, just spamming Seed. I played this in our Prog Guild week 1. It's good, but it feels like it's exceptionally... It is hard to parse as Affliction on this fight if you have a heavy AoE build, which like or like a raid comp. We had 2 Devourer Demon Hunters, 2 Rogues, dude, a Hunter just obliterating the ads. They'd be like death gripped, and I cast a Seed, and they'd be dead before it even pop, man. Realistically, if you're looking to play this fight and you have a heavy AoE comp, I just play Demonology probably. It pipes. Aff's good too for cleaning up like straight orbs laying around. I played Destro a bit week 1 or week 2 on the rekill just to see how it felt. Ended up playing Aff in the end. If you sort by overall boss damage, like damage to bosses, there's a lot of Destro here. A little bit of Demo mixed in with some PIs and things. A lot of Destro. So if you're looking for like just boss dam, Destro Havoc lead build's pretty solid. Havoc. Improve Havoc, all that kind of stuff here. Obviously, Kata with Lake of Fire is very good for the ads when they get gripped in by Blood Decays, or just in general when they get stacked up through Nox, various things. But honestly, overall, if you're looking just like a universal damage, Demonology, just cleaving with like Dabble stuff, Stabilized Portals, so on and so forth, just good in this fight. And it's honestly simple. Just play Demo, hit the boss, and cleave ads. So... Lightblind of Vanguard, a lot of Demonology as well. It's cool, or sorry, Destro as well. It's cool seeing a Demonology build in here. I do think this build is pretty good. I played this week 1, like of Heroic Week on this fight, trying to feel out how good it was, and it felt pretty good. There is a lot of Destro here. If you're not a fan of like Mayhem Improved Havoc gameplay, where it just procs a million times and jumps around at the second half of Mayhem's duration, honestly, I think Diabolus is pretty good, but you don't get as consistent dispels. I guess you do in a sense, actually. It's fine. But keep in mind, like, you have to spend a shard to get your Grimoire Implord out every 2 minutes, give or take. But you'll have Singe Magic regardless by playing this. And the spells are still a thing that locks are pretty good at in this fight, obviously. So keep that in mind. Every so often, you get enough a shard to get this thing out and dispel versus just hitting Singe every 24 or whatever it is with Destro play. But a lot of Destro here still. A little bit of Demo. Crown is interesting. Dude, Chan is insane, by the way. This is Chan from PvP, like the arena overlord Chan. He is actually insane. He goes to PvE, joins Ethical, and just piping, dude. The guy is like one of the best players in this game, man. He's so good. But yeah, a lot of Destro here. It was initially Demonology, but it shifted to a lot of Destro. And to be fair, this is Mythic, right? Not a lot of guilds have killed Crown, let alone Bellerin or Midnight Falls. No public logs this yet. We'll look at Heroic for Crown. Chimeras, a lot of Demonology, man. I mean, there was some Destro play early on, like Havoc, Improved Havoc, Cataclysm stuff. But honestly, man, you just meat grinder this fight down. It's playing the same thing: Stabilize Portals, Grimoire Implord. Once again, syncing these with your Tyrant, so the minions really good in general. Good single target damage, good cleave damage. Dropping a Ruination on a bunch of ads feels insane, and it lines up really well with just pulling the boss and syncing it up naturally, which is casting spells, right? Briefly looking at Heroic and bosses here, a couple of them, because like Mythic, the last three or sort of whatever. Crown of the Cosmos, looking at here. Where is it? There we go. A lot of Destro play still too. I assumed it would go this way once changes came into this fight. We were just cleave the boss and a simulacrum sort of at will. Obviously very good in phase 1 with cleave on ads as well. Chimeras, a lot of demo, a little bit of Destro. And then Bellerin, Demonology, Midnight Falls, a lot of Demonology. Demo feels exceptionally good on Bellerin. You can basically just Tyrant on pull, Tyrant the egg. It just feels good. Honestly, minute cooldown is very strong here. I mean, a lot of guilds are just one phasing it. You pull the boss, you max blast the egg with pots, CDs, and it dies one pull on Heroic. Mythic still playing Demonology, Destro. Oh yeah, that good. And Demonology and Midnight Falls as well. THD, Dranaco, and Echo also had 2 locks each on Mythic, Midnight Falls, both playing Demonology. Even with the changes coming in, I would assume Demo still to play on this fight by a decent bit. So that's that. I want to give a brief update on where Warlock is at. So a lot of videos planned over the next few weeks. I'm probably going to make a video tomorrow with like a brief character update, just like my plans for the season. Plans have changed a bit this season over the last few weeks with the Race World first. Nothing bad. Pretty cool stuff, actually. But I want to make a video on YouTube. I'm probably going to stream, probably not today. Look if this video's out today. Probably like Thursday, whatever it is. Tomorrow, talking about changing plans for the season and stuff, like rating plans, M+ plans, all that. Character update, just yap for a bit. The race was insane. Race was so good, man. Always a great time with everybody. Had a just phenomenal time. But yeah, a lot has happened, a lot has changed, a lot of things aren't changing, which is cool. But I'm pumped for the next few, I don't know, weeks, months, and also like, let me see if I can find this really fast here. Warcraft road map 2026. Did you guys see this, by the way? BlizzCon September 12th. 12.1s before BlizzCon. New raid, new dungeon. Remember BlizzCon 2 years ago when we had BlizzCon to the Race World first? That was brutal. This looks like Race World first into BlizzCon, and the space between these two means I think this patch might be coming quicker than the normal patch cadence that Blizzard has. We're already in April, so you're looking at like May, June, rest of April, whatever. Like, April, May, June, July, August, like September, like 5 months, depending on how you want to look at it, right? But like, this is early September, so I wouldn't even count that. You're looking at like 5 months until BlizzCon. Like right now, give or take. April, May, June, July, August, this is early September. To give enough time for this to release and the race to happen, I think this might be hitting like early August. There's no insider information. I have no idea here. I know I'm back in the race, but just like we were theorizing about it like last day of like race stuff. It probably, I mean, I doubt this would release like a week before BlizzCon. With that being the case, you've got the new raid coming in 12.07, the one boss raid, and then 12.1 is right around the corner. I would assume if this is like early August, even like mid-August, you're probably seeing PTR in like 6 to 7 weeks. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys again soon. I don't know, this is a terrible outro. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody's well. And yeah, see you later. Peace.